everyone. In this video I'll be doing something a little different. Instead of using generic situations to explore the Steam controller, I'm going to look at a very specific problem and address it in multiple fashions. Today we'll be looking at gadget selection in Batman Arkham Knight. I've answered this question on forums many times and figured it was time I did a video regarding it in hopes that other users might find an immediate answer to their frustrations. As a note, while these solutions are indeed specific to the situation, the ideas behind them are universal and can be applied to any game. The issue here is that most users tend to bind their right touchpad either mouse or mouse-like joystick, so that they can get the added precision for camera controls and aiming. However, neither of these styles of input emulate the constant directional input of a joystick with any amount of finesse. The user would need to constantly swipe in the same direction, and even that isn't guaranteed to work. For this first solution, I'll be using an option called Edge Spin. What this does is emulate a joystick's constant input, but only where your thumb is touching the outside radius of the touchpad. This presents the player with the best of both worlds, but forces the user to avoid the edges of the touchpad when outside of the Gadgets menu. So I'm swiping for the mouse joystick, and when I get to the edge, I get the edge spin going. Now it's not perfect by any means. As you can see, it's jumping back and forth as it's trying to figure out how exactly the edge spin should be working. My second solution involves a bit more work but will feel much more natural. In this case, I'll make a second action set called Mode Shift and copy the default action set's bindings. However, in this one, on the mouse-like joystick, I will have a mode shift that when the left pad is clicked to make this output a right joystick, with joystick move instead of mouse joystick. What this will do is when I hold down to enter the gadget menu, this acts just like a joystick would. And this is actually a very good way. This is probably the best way to control the gadget menu within the original confines of the gamepad controller. And actually, this was my favorite approach until a couple of weeks ago when I was introduced to something amazing. Being that I had played every Arkham game with a controller, I wasn't aware that gadgets were selectable via the number row on a keyboard. I always just kind of figured there was a keyboard button to open the gadget circle, and you would use the mouse to select. Well, Arkham Knight has added an added benefit to using the keyboard bindings. The game doesn't pause like when you open the gadget menu. If I were to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it just instantly selects it. I know you can't see this, maybe if I... It just instantly selects what you need. So, I decided why not make a radial menu with Batarang, Batmobile, all of the things from 1 through =, onto a radial menu. And that way I can get the old Arkham City and Arkham Asylum effect of real-time gadget selection with the controller. However, fortunately, there's a Reddit user, Citrix. He has created some beautiful icons for Arkham Knight to use with the radial menu. A link to these icons can be found in the description. Normally, it would take forever to find each custom icon, but here's a little tip to speed the process up. Go into your game directory and add a new folder called Touch Menu Icons. Put all of your icons in here, and they will now show up at the top of your icon page in big picture mode, and only for this game. As you can see, all 12 icons for all 12 of your gadgets right on top. And when you're done doing this, you have a beautiful radial menu that I apparently missed an icon on. Regardless, it works amazingly. So there we go. 3 ways to solve a problem using varying aspects of the Steam controller. As I said before, while these problems are specific to Arkham Knight, the process behind them is not. The Steam controller allows users to approach a problem from many different directions and find a solution that is unique to that person. I've only shown 3 methods here, and I'm sure there are dozens more. You just gotta think outside of the box a bit and find what works best for you. Until next time, keep innovating and keep gaming.